The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning from TFNN. Welcome to the August 22nd. Fantastic Friday edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, the daily newsletter service that is the intelligence for creating financial freedom. I hope everyone had a terrific Thursday. It is Fantastic Friday. That means you and I, we've got a plan for one heck of a fantastic weekend. For many, things are starting to wind down because it's towards the end of summer. So just be safe while you're driving out to the beaches or whatever it is that you're doing. And for the next hour, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and share with you some extraordinary tools that help us identify where price is headed to. That means we'll take a look at that lightning bolt pattern, that A to B equals CD pattern. We'll look at Fibonacci expansions and contractions. You need both in order to create those Gartley butterfly and Gartley buy, sell patterns out there. And, of course, we like to utilize Japanese candlesticks because the bulls and bears, they paint signs for us each and every trading session out there. And you and I, we go read those signs. We don't have to read any tea leaves. We just have to read the Japanese candlesticks out there. This is an interactive show. That means you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. Love to hear from you. You do that by calling us at either on the 8 toll-free number. Of course, you can call us internationally, 727-445-1044. And if you give us a call, you and I will go hunting for bulls and bears. As we go into Friday, let us always remember this, folks. Never be a prisoner of your past. Instead, be a pioneer of your future. It is Fantastic Friday. This is TFNN. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, kind of a flat market out here. Dow is trading off, Dow futures, I should say, trading off 5 points, trading out at 17,010. S&P down 2 at 1987. NASDAQ flat right now, trading out at 4,047. Gold is up $4, trading at 1280, trading down into pretty good area of support out there. If it takes that out, says that gold will trade down likely to its December 31st area. Has not broken that, and so therefore at this stage, no message of that taking place. Silver up 3 pennies, trading out at 19.45. Light sweet crude trading out at 93.33. That's down about 0.6% off 60 cents. Natural gas back about not even 7 cents, so not even a full penny out there. So a flat market. A quick peek though across the globe. Let's go see what we've got going on over in Europe this morning. DAX off of its session lows. It's down 40 points right now. Trade at 93.61. FTSE down 5. So it's trade at 67.73. Mixed bag in Asia last night. The Nikkei up 47 points. Hang Seng up 118. And the Shanghai up 10 points. Now, I filled in just briefly for the last few minutes in John Logan's show out there while he tended to some responsibilities. And we were taking a look at the NASDAQ and the... Did we look at anything else? Might have just been the NASDAQ out there. Let's go take a look at the Dow futures. So let's go do that just to get a feel, give you some ideas as to what's going on. And if you're watching us on TigerTV, upper left-hand side, 30-minute chart. Upper right-hand side, 60-minute chart. Lower left-hand side, 120, and that bottom right, that 5-hour energy drink, that 300-minute chart out here. If we take a look at the 30-minute chart here for the Dow, what we'll see is earlier this morning, and I don't know whether it was the reports of Russia violating the toll, not paying their toll, busting right through the toll, and moving some of their what do they call it? We'll just call it some of their 18-wheelers across the border into Ukraine. And when that took place, we saw the market trade down, much like it did last Friday. It seems like this is a Friday event out here in the marketplace. And market sold down, began at about 5 a.m. and made a low out here, broke through a market profile low, made a low out here at 6 a.m. this morning, down at about the 16,973 mark. Now, the market then moved off that low. But the candle that formed right here, this is the one that we're looking at 8:30 this morning. This was enough of a move down to be considered a hammer candle. So we've got our first real bull, because this candle right here, that took place at August at 6:30 this morning. Dark cloud cover candle. Never really did a whole lot after that. It's this hammer candle that I want to watch. Yeah, we're looking at the market profile low as well. That's that green line going across my screen, 16,979. But that hammer low, that's an important one to watch. That price point out here is 16,992. So the bulls out here inside the Dow futures defending themselves. Of course, today, in order to really get moving on a 30-minute standpoint, you need to see it close back above 17,039 in order to get this wagon moving even higher out here. So those are levels. 17,039. I say that hammer low is going to be very important to watch. If you see it close below that on a 30-minute basis, that is not a good sign out there. And 16,992. And when you might say, well, what does that mean? Well, first thing that it would mean is let's go take a look at the larger market profiles out here. I'd have to say the 300-minute is the one to take a look at. That would say if you break that hammer low, you're likely to see a Dow move down to the 16,903 level before it finds support out there. And it's trading at 17,000, so that's almost 100 points out there. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is what we need to look for if you see a break of that hammer candle. Of course, there's also some support out here. So we got 16,903, 16,972. That's the 120-minute time frame. That's going to be your first area of support. Now, in the 120-minute time frame, that is not a hammer candle. As I open this up, it's got too much of a wick. Looks like a hammer, smells like a hammer, but unfortunately, it is not the hammer candle out there. Too much of a wick and really not enough of a decline. More, when you take a look at the body of the candle, being the essence of price, what you can see here is more so a move sideways. However, it is that 120-minute time frame market profile that acted as support across the board. Whether we take a look at the Dow futures, the NASDAQ futures, the ES Mini, probably the Russell as well. We'll take a look at the Russell. That price, by the way, inside the Dow to be watching for is 16,973. So it's a breach of that area that starts to send off that this could be more than just your garden variety retracement out there. And we'll take a look at things one moment at a time as information gets released to us. Now, just out of curiosity, was the 120-minute time frame there for the Russell also a level that acted as support of its market profile. It didn't get completely down there. I got close, but no cigar, as they say. The actual low was 1151 and 1150.42. Hey, that's close enough, right? Yeah, that's close enough. So that's an important area to watch inside of the Russell 2000 as well. As far as, let's go take a look at some things here that are moving in the markets. Today's movers. So to the upside, you get Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. It closed at 117.75. Hey, that's trading at 126 as we speak right now. So that's up a nice 7%, up $8 and change. What do we have out here? Green Mountain Coffee and Kraft Foods announced licensing agreement. Okay, well, let's go take a look at that. It's going to pop 7% here this morning. Market buy and the highs out here. So this is going to be going after its highs. 128.50 is a July 3rd high out there. It's trading right now at 126.15. So that's where it's trading into that swing point, and the low of which is 123.74. Volume of that swing looks to be, and that was on a looks like that was its 52-week high. So it's going to go after that 52-week high again. The low is 123.74. The high is 128.15. Volume up there is like 1.8 million shares. That's not a whole lot out there. Let me pull this back. Let's take a look at Green Mountain Coffee Roasters off of the. I'm going to put this onto a weekly chart out here. Let's pull this back even further. Yeah, how about that? Talk about making a big comeback from the fall from grace back in September of 2011, up at the 115 level, all the way down to a low of $17. That's one heck of a rally on the move up. So today, getting above that swing point on the weekly basis. Well, let me see what we've got on a volume standpoint on a weekly basis. Not much, 6.3 million shares, but this week is done 4.6. So price could take that out with volume. That would set up an A to B equals C to the upside. In the case of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, if it's able to do that. And actually what you'd like to see it do here is get above those levels more than 13.7 million shares. That happens to be the high from February 17th. That was a swing point. The one in question right now, though, takes us back to June the 30th. So that being the case, let's use the smaller A to B equals CD. Let's use the low on May the 5th. As our A point. Let's use the high, that swing that we're looking at, little doji-ish type candle as our B. That didn't work really well. And I got to have to redraw this because that did not work. So let me redraw this here again so I give you a proper price projection. If it breaks through those highs out there, I would say that price would move up inside of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters up to about the 151.57, maybe 162.02 type. I'd have to say 162.02 type mark if it can break that swing point. Also moving here in the pre-market, we've got Dynegy Inc. That's going to acquire Dynegy to acquire Duke Energy. You've got Paragon Semiconductor, PSMI. That's going to be acquired by Murata. You got El Pollo Loco, otherwise not known as Taco Bell. That is trading up at $29.87. I'm sorry, closed at $29.87. And that is trading up, where is it? Trading up right now at $31.59. No one news or anything that I see behind that. Salesforce Innovation, you've got China Financial Online, JRJC is the ticker symbol. Huge move yesterday. Wow. Take a look at that candle session. That's trading up about 20 cents this morning, about another 2 pennies out here. What the heck went on with this equity? There's an equity with no volume to speak of, 1.62 million shares, 600,000 shares, and yesterday they saved the world, 89 million shares out there. That's price movement from $4.99 to $9.74 out there. Aeropostale. ARO is the ticker symbol. It's trading out right now at $3.57. That's off of last night's close at $3.91 out there. So that does now. This had some pretty decent volume out here. Let's see. The low of that yesterday's trade was $3.17. It's trading at $3.57. So no big deal out here. Apple trading down just a bit. It closed at 100.58. It's off about 0.3%, trading out at 100.27. This is Fantastic Friday. This is Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the Hotel California. Of course, don't forget, check-in time is 8 a.m. each morning as we do 9 hours live programming, 8 to 6. We'll be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. We've just launched one of our best Tiger Dollar sales ever. Right now, you can get a 40% bonus on any Tiger Dollar purchase through Sunday, August 24th. That's right, a 40% bonus. If you're a current subscriber, then this might be the easiest 40% you can make all year. And if you're thinking about subscribing, then get your Tiger Dollars now with a 40% bonus. They never expire and can be used for any TFNN product or service. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and lock in your 40% Tiger Dollar bonus today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We got Janet Yellen. She'll address central bankers, I think, around 10 o'clock this morning. So about another 36 minutes from now. Right now, the market relatively flat, probably holds that way here for a while. Let's go take a look at the currency market, get an update as to what's going on inside the currency market. Let's start off by looking at your friend and mine, the Euro-US dollar. You thought I was going to say Japanese yen, didn't you? But let's go take a look at we'll take a look at the Euro-Japanese yen as well. But as we take a look at the Euro-US dollar, we can see it's traveled right down to about the 0.618 retracement. Now, that retracement I'm referring to is coming off the low from July 9th, 2013, out at about 1.2754. All the way up to the high that was put in out here on May the 9th. That high was 1.3843. Did I get the right high? There we go. 1.3992. So from that low to that high, your 0.618 retracement level 1.3227. And so far yesterday, we saw a low put in at 1.3241 out there. Now, in a oversold type of condition, no bullish reversal signal. There's a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD that says 1.3209. I can make the case that if we see a close below that, well, I can make the case even without a close below that, we are maybe more likely looking at 1.3019 as the area where the euro wants to trade down to. Now, it's been so much in a oversold condition. I say overbought, I hope not. It's been so much of an oversold condition out here. I don't know that it makes that move right away out here. But there's so far at this stage of the game, no bullish reversal signal inside of the marketplace out here for the euro. That being said, no reason for it to not head lower. And that's a daily chart that we are looking at. In fact, let me switch over here, because on this tab, I've got also the monthly chart. So I got monthly and a weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Get a feel of that weekly chart. Boy, that does not look good. So the weekly chart out here, it's going to take the weekly chart says the euro wants to move all the way back down to an old level of support. And that's going to be right around 1.2814. That's the signal from the weekly chart out here for the Euro-US dollar. Let's go take a look at three other currency pairs. Let's look at the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. Let's go see what it's doing out here. Relatively unchanged from yesterday, down just slightly, trading out at 103.75. What do we know about the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen? Well, it completed the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD with a nice wide-ranging bar market zone. And that wide-ranging bars moved slightly higher yesterday. today. Still has a price projection of 103.04. What we really know about the U.S. dollar Japanese yen is it broke through that trend line. We reported on that the day that it did that, which was July 30th, and we suggested that what the U.S. dollar Japanese yen wants is higher price. And if it is anything like the last break of it, it wants a much higher price than what it is that we see right now. In the extreme overbought condition, so working that condition up by moving sideways out there would be bullish, not bearish out there. If we take a look at the Great British Pound U.S. dollar out here, that is also moving lower with no signs of bullishness here. Let's take a look at expansions of swing points. The expansion that we're using is off of the low from May 29th up to a high that was put in on the trading session of July 15th. This is a daily. We can see it's made the 1.272 expansion. That number, exact number, 1.655. And we saw a low yesterday of 1.656 out there. This could form a bullish reversal signal today. And all that would require, because yesterday's body was such a small-bodied candle, would require a close above 1.657 out there. You're trading 1.658 as we speak. No, you need the, what was the open out here? I used the close. 1.659 would be the number that it would need to close above. A failure here sends price down to about the 163.8 level there, and that is on the U.S. dollar or the Great British Pound U.S. dollar currency pair out there. If we go take a look at the euro yen, let's go see what that is doing out here. The euro yen having popped a little bit higher out here. The euro yen is actually starting to get into bullish formation out here, and if you are a bull in the market, that's what you want to see, because the euro Japanese yen, I still believe it is the carry trade of currencies out there, and the direction that this trades in is the direction that the market typically trades in as well. So right now, we've got the markets there flat. They may stay that way through until we see Janet Yellen, reveal her cards, whatever cards they may be out there. Dow's off 7, S&P down about 1.5. This is Steve Rhodes. This is TFNN, and we'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow off 22 points. She's trading out at 17,017. S&P off a couple points, traded 19.90. NASDAQ down 50 cents, trading at 45.31. Russell 2000 off 97 pennies, trading 11.59. NDX 100 up a point out here. To the downside, we got the WUBA. WBA is the ticker symbol. 58.com trading off 3%, down $1.50. Baidu off $1.24. Chevron down $1. BHP Billiton off 85 cents. Halliburton off 76 pennies. ExxonMobil down 70 cents. XLE, the energy sector, off 63 pennies out there. And Splunk down 73 cents, off 1 7/10%. To the upside out here, we've got Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, Keurig Green Mountain Coffee Roasters up 8%. That is trying to take out a weekly and a daily swing point, likely with some volume behind that move. That's got higher prices to run to. Dynegy Inc., I believe that is a buyout. That's up 17%. Paragon, the semiconductor, that's up 4%. Ross Stores, ROST, has come home to roost. It's up 5% this morning, up $3.80 out here. Looks like, what's the deal behind Ross Stores? Out with numbers. Here we go. Net earnings, $239 million versus $213. Hey, not a bad move to the upside for them. $2.7 billion in sales versus $2.55. Let's go check on the rooster out here and see what it is doing. Gapping up, second gap in the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. Good volume behind the move already. 568,000 shares as we speak right now. This is headed for a swing point out here. That swing point's going to be the trading session from March 18th. That swing point only has 1.5 million shares. No problem for it today with already doing 580,000 shares. So Ross Stores, let's pull this back a little bit further out here. Give me a moment. This is going to have some. Here's where the real resistance level is, the supply line, and we'll just draw a line across the screen out here, and that's going to be right here on this trading session. Big downdraft, volume off of the highs to November 22nd, 2013, 9.6 million shares. So 76.40-ish should be an area of supply, just as 79.93 if it can close inside 76.40. So I would expect that to be the target level for Ross Stores. ROST is the ticker symbol. I would expect that to be the level where it would try to trade into. To the downside out here, to the upside. Let's look to the upside out here. GameStop. GME is the ticker symbol. That's up 8% this morning. They're out with numbers as well. $1.7 billion. Wow, in revenues versus $1.39. And we thought the brick and mortar stores out there were dead in the water. Their net income, how about this? 100% increase. $24.6 million versus $10.5. They must have good accountants working out there. Boy, so gapping up, let's take a look at this. Now, this has got some problems. There's no question it's got some problems in it because regardless of the numbers, the shareholders are saying not so fast out here. Let's go ahead and draw the real resistance line across the screen out here. And that's going to be from that most recent gap down with volume that took place on January the 14th out there. January 14th, down with 23 million shares. Now, that level didn't exactly hold out there. It was more the top of that candle session, which is also resistance, even though that gap was filled. That's the area where price broke down. So 45.84, 45.09. That should become a fairly strong resistance level for GameStop. There was also some additional volume off the highs as price had made it back into that level. That was back on the trading session of July 29th. So some real strong selling inside of GameStop, inside of that area out there. GME is the ticker symbol. Foot Locker FL. Can't remember the last time I looked at Foot Locker, so let's go do that. It's they generated $92 million in revenue versus $66. And I don't even think they wouldn't even have their back to school numbers inside of there. I wouldn't think they did revenues. Where's the revenue? I don't see the revenue. Well, their second quarter sales were up 13% to $1.64 billion. Let's go see what the stock is doing out here. Up and over swing points. It got up and over swing points a couple days ago. That most recent swing point on the daily chart. Back to July 3rd. Okay, so we got a shortened trading session, 500,000 shares. Let's multiply times 2, give it a million. Say you got to get past a million to get above it. Hey, it did that. 2.2 million on August the 20th out there. So somebody knew something. And if we pull this back further, let me see here. Foot Locker had a nice sign of strength out here. Nice wide-ranging bar on the trading session of March the 7th, 2014. As far as gaps up, this is really the second gap. Third gap. It is the third gap that I can easily see on the chart, and it does not look to me to be a three-gap play out here. That is on Foot Locker, and that is a pretty darn good bullish-looking stock. Let me put the weekly chart out here, see if it's finishing up in A to B equals CD to the upside on a weekly time frame. And that pattern is pretty easy to see out here. So the A point on this I'm going to use is all the way down here. The week ended August 8, 2011. Makes a swing point high and then consolidates sideways for quite some period of time. So we're going to use that swing point as September 17th. And September 17th, and then it pulls down into a low that it forms a few weeks later, a couple months later. That's down on November 12, 2012 out there. That's going to be our C point. And take a look at how long this actually built a base, and then it went ahead and blew by that base. Let's see, volume of 10 million shares. When it blew past that base, it did it with 16 million shares. How about that? Did it nice and did it quietly on the weekend of November 18, 2013. Yes, it has completed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, but it did that on the weekend of June 30th with 4.5 million shares, and then continued to just simply trade sideways and burn off a little bit of that overbought energy out here. And now it's on its way to its next level. That next level being 57.83. That's your 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside, and that is in the case of Foot Locker, and that was looking at the weekly chart for ticker symbol FL. If we take a look at what else do we have? Let's look at some things now, moving to the downside. Hey, how about Ann Inc. out here? Are they out with numbers as well? 32 million in sales versus 35.6. No, that was net income, by the way. Revenues out here. 648 million versus 638. So beat in the top line, not the bottom line out here. As we take a look at ANN, let's see what it is doing out here. So trading lower. It's got a little volume low out here that it formed. That was also, was that a breakout? So this thing broke out. It looks like this is going to come back and test the low here most recently from August the 7th. That price point is 34.23. There were 2.7 million shares on that trading session. So far today, about 146. This thing looks to be, let me pull this back a little bit further out here. ANN. You know, did that complete an A to B? They look like it completed a Gartley buy pattern on that trading session out here. Let me do this. It's going to be easier for me to draw that pattern utilizing my Ensign Windows chart. Let me just close all that stuff. And ANN, we'll go take a look at that and see if we can find a little Gartley window. Vertically. Okay, let's go see if we can. So that's no AA. That's not going to help us at all. If I type in AA, we want ANN. Where am I thinking out there? All right, so let me refresh this chart out here, and then we're going to go try to draw that little Gartley pattern out here. So what we're looking at is the low out here on the trading session for ANN, and that was on February the 5th. That low was out at $30.71. We go from that low to the high out here on March 21st. It does make an A to B equals CD to the downside, and it makes just slightly more than a 0.618 Gartley buy. Take a look at that nice 1.618 expansion of its B to C swing points out here, and but it looks like, and you can see the volume. So far the top of that trading session is what has been tested out there. If we take a look at the first move, all Gartley buy or sell patterns have really 5 areas of potential targets that you look at. The very first one's going to be your dead cat bounce, your 0.382, and that was achieved on August the 20th with a nice wide-ranging bar. Now, the way the price moved through there, normally what that suggests is that the price ought to move up to the next level. Its next level would be $40.03. So if this morning's low were to hold on that, that would actually be forming. Let's take a look at the retracement off of that area here thus far, because this could be, depending on volume today, this could be setting up the C point of a small A to B equals CD and set up now a Gartley sell pattern to the downside out here, and it is a daily chart that we're looking at. So far the retracement has been to the 0.382 level. 3601 would be your 0.618, and then that pattern, that A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, again depending on volume, that would look like about this or so, and that would then take us right up into the 0.786 area. So you get a nice little potential Gartley sell pattern inside of ticker symbol ANN right around the 4160, 4194 level. That's a potential pattern out there in the market. What we also have moving here right now is, there we go, is we've got, let me see here, to the downside, anything large from a volume standpoint. And the answer is no. We got Wynn Resorts. Let's go take a look at Wynn Resorts, WYNN. I was looking at this equity last night. I was surfing through the casino equities. I did notice that it was down below its market profile out here. It made a nice little, most recently it traded off with some volume. This is on the 2 trading sessions of August the 6th and August the 7th out there. Looks like that, and it's trading inside that swing point. So it looks like that's what it's going to try to do, is to go test that area, which was at price point of 194.26, 3.4 million shares down there. And really, if we take a look at what Wynn Resorts is doing, it's just really consolidating sideways. So it's been in a here's the consolidation pattern inside of Wynn Resorts, and a consolidation right around, we'll move that down a little bit. Well, move that down a little bit lower in a moment. But here's your consolidation pattern inside of Wynn, between about the 195 level to about 222. So you've got a nice $27 consolidation level. And what we also have is you've got this little swing point that's sticking out. This is the daily chart that we're looking at from April the 28th. Then he closed below that low, which is 188.43. Suggests you've got, what, a $25, $26, $27 type move inside of Wynn Resorts out there to the downside. And if that is the case, that takes you down to, what, about 170 or so. And Wynn Resorts, what does it have down at the 170 price point out here? Did it have volume? Does not have volume. But just a consolidation pattern going on inside of Wynn Resorts. Let me see. What else do we have? Schlumberger. Let's go take a look at Schlumberger. Down $1.16 as we speak here this morning. Schlumberger trying to get down to its market profile low out here. Now, this is a nice, strong-looking equity at this stage. Take a look at this nice, wide-ranging bar as prices move back to this breakout area. And this is from June 25th, 17.5 million shares to the upside. And all of the pullbacks into this have been 6, 7, 5. 5 million shares back on August the 14th. On August the 15th, 5 million shares. So far this morning, pulling back with 409. Now, the XLE, the energy sector, is certainly a weak link out here. In fact, let me go take a look at the top 10 holdings inside of the energy sector and see what they are all doing. The XLE, they're all in red. The top 10 holdings, percentage-wise, the leader to downside right now is Schlumberger. So one of the stronger of the equities inside there is the leader percentage-wise to the downside. Halliburton is down as well. That's off $1.30. So in the top 10 holdings, Halliburton down the largest from a percentage standpoint. Let's go see what Halliburton is actually doing and trading into. So in the case of Halliburton, let me see. There is no sign of strength similar to what we saw inside of Schlumberger out here. Halliburton right now is trying to take on a B point of a potential A to B equals CD to the downside. That's a trading session from August the 5th out there, and that low is $66.77. There's 9.4 million shares down there. So far today, 510,000 shares in 28 minutes of trading. 18 minutes of trading. Where is my math? So that's some pretty decent volume. It's kind of, again, 9.4 million shares. Boy, and it's done 500 million, 2 million. Yeah, you know, if it's going to take it out, today would be the day that it could do that. And if it does get below the price point of 66.77, Halliburton would be setting up an A to B equals CD to the downside, which would give you a price projection to the downside right around the price level of Johnny. Open the door. $62.38 would be where it would be headed if it can take that trading. If it can take that B point out with some volume out here. That is on Halliburton. Let me see what else we have going on inside of this sector out here. You've got ConocoPhillips, COP. Let's go take a look at that. That's trading off 73 cents right now this morning. It's trading down to its market profile support level of 79.50, but it does not have unlike Schlumberger, it doesn't have a wide price spread accelerated volume to the upside out here. In fact, if it can take out its swing point low, that sets up an A to B equals CD to the downside. That swing point low, well, that happens to be the trading session of August 7th. That's the one we want to use. 4 million shares down there. That low is 79.17. The last test of that area was with volume, 8 million shares. So that low is going to get tested again, 79.17. Right now, we've got the Dow off about 20 points, S&P down 4, Composite off 8. Probably going to be a quiet market until Janet Yellen starts yelling. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, sponsored by Nadex. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is off about 18 points. S&P down 3.5. Composite down 6 points out there. When we began this hour, we were looking at the Dow futures. I was focused on a couple of different things. One was the 30-minute chart out here. Just that little hammer candle, that bullish candle that took place here at 9 o'clock as we were coming on the air, the low of which is 16,992. Now, that 16,992, that was tested here during the market open during this, during this session that we're in right now, 9:30 to 10 a.m. Session out here. That low was tested. It has held. And so long as that holds, so long as 16,979 holds, and then you're in a decent shape. Otherwise, it would suggest, and let's take this back again, the numbers to be watched. Now, that's on the Dow. Let's go switch over and take a look at the ES minutes. Take a look at the S&P futures. I didn't look at those. I did look at the NQ with you. I did take a look at the Dow. Now, let's go take a look at the ES mini. And put that up on the screen. There we go. Inside the ES Mini, the 30-minute time frame here, you've got the market profile, 1985.50. You've also got this little swing point, that first reaction to the news that the Russians were back at it. Their Friday session of trying to do whatever it is they're doing in Ukraine out there. 120-minute chart not looking good for the S&P futures. 120-minute chart as we speak right now, better time frame to take a look at, is now below its market profile. Now, this is one that just formed out here over the past couple of hours. So getting above 1991.60, bullish for the day. Right now, trading below the 1988 level. I would say that this market profile that was set out here, that's been in place since about 6 o'clock last night, that's really the one to be watching. So the real price area here for the ES Mini that would begin to spell trouble is a break of, let's say, 1984 is likely the number out there. Otherwise, 1984 really becomes kind of your buying area inside of the ES Mini. The thing is, if we take a look at retracements here, just natural retracements from low to high, meaning going back to August 8th up to the high that was put in here. That's the trading session of right here, that about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, 1992. That's when we sailed that ocean blue out there. Just a dead cat bounce is 1953. But let me tell you, just a normal retracement, 1953, that will feel like a lot of pain out there, right? You're looking at 53, 60, 70, 80, 90, 40-point move, just as a normal move. Because the real normal move is 1929. Oh, interesting. That's eerie, isn't it? So 1929 would really be the normal move out there. So we'll pay attention to that 120-minute time frame. If there's going to be any fireworks today, I suppose it starts sometime between 10 and 11, just in time for the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. I'll go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in for or assist Tom. Daryl is out today during the during that time period. So stay tuned. Tom and I will be up with you. And folks, don't forget that we've got that Tiger Dollar promotion running right now. It's I can't remember there being a 40% investment that TFNN is going to make in you as well for the investment that you make in yourself. And there's no better investment than that investment that you make in yourself out there. So don't, this is not time to delay. If you're even thinking about it, whether it's subscribing to a newsletter, attending a course, or something like that, go ahead and get over to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up for your Tiger Dollars out there. And it is Fantastic Friday, so have a great weekend. As always, if you're off to start your day, have a safe weekend. Enjoy, one of the last few weekends of summer, unless you're living down here in Florida, and then we've got summer pretty much year-round out there. So have a great weekend, folks, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.